Resident Saint Sean, along with a friend here called
Spectacular.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you can see, we're not in any kind of lobby at the moment for League of Legends, and this is simply because this video is a, well, let's say a review? Yeah, review sounds good.
I'm looking at Aurelia's ass.
George is looking at Vialia's ass.
Aurelia's.
While I discuss...
Kids.
While I discuss the new Mastery changes which are about to come in as part of Season 3. I might even go into some of the UI changes. I did a quick match just to see everything, and yeah, I'll let you know my opinion if it's wanted. You've not got a choice, I'm going to tell you anyway. So, on the Mastery page, there's been some changes in the fact that they've added quite a few new things. As you can see, all the different trees are quite bulky now. I've not seen anything like hugely important being removed. If anything, it's just simply been changed. For example, Brute Force was, I believe, a much earlier skill. I know Mental Force definitely was, but that's now requires 12 points in offense to get, which is quite a lot more than I think 4, something like that. But yeah, let's go through it then, shall we? So for the offense tree, the first tier is still exactly the same, with the Butcher, which bonus attack damage to minions, Sorcery for the cooldown reduc, Fury for the attack speed, and Summoner's Wrath. That's not been changed apart from, I think, the Garrison. Allied turrets do 50% splash damage. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, so if there are some mistakes...
I've got...
Well, have you got your league open at the same time?
Yeah, I've got the old one up.
Awesome. So, let's go through this together like a beast. This is going to be hard. We've just made things a lot harder.
Yep.
Right, so that's the first tier. The second tier is Deadliness, which is attack damage at per level. Blast, which is the ability power, and a new one, which is Destruction. I believe the Blast and the Deadliness was there in the old one.
Deadliness was in the tier below it, I think.
The tier below, so that would be tier 3.
Yeah.
Right, and what else was in tier 2? Because I'm pretty sure there was
a Clarity, Sorcery, and Demolitionist.
Ah. Okay, so they've changed... What was Demolist?
Basic attacks deal 10 bonus damage to turrets. So more damage to turrets.
More damage to turrets. So they've changed that and called it Destruction. Destruction increases damage to turrets by 2.5%, with nothing on it.
It's a bit more then.
A lot more, that's one thing I've noticed.
10 bonus damage is pretty crap, to be honest. Especially later on in the game, I mean... Really.
Well, that's probably where it's going to be doing more is later in the game, because if you look for some of these per level stuff, it's definitely... You know, it's going to be lacking in the later game, for sure.
Yeah.
I think something like... I'm trying to find something quickly. Like, for example, the Spirit of Strength in the utility tree here, it gives you +1 health regen for every 5 seconds for each 400 maximum mana. Yeah, you'll have, I guess, for support that you might go down this far. You would have, I don't know, maybe 1,400 maximum mana, something like that. And that's only for a 3 extra health per 5 seconds, which isn't a lot in the late game. But if you were to look at it in the early game, when you start off with around about 400 mana,
especially if you start off with a champion that needs that extra survivability.
Yeah, definitely makes an impact. So some of these late game ones are you got to take into consideration early in your late game, and I guess supports are more dependent on their stats in the early game. For example, Sona only having 2 HP more than a melee creep at the moment. It's really beneficial to have this kind of defense stat.
Nautilus.
Which is definitely needed. So the change is destruction there. On the tier 3 for the new one, it's Havoc, which is just flat damage increase, but this is by 0.67%.
It used to be 0.5.
0.5, so that's gone up.
Yeah.
Weapon expertise is just flat armor pen by 8%.
Used to be 10%.
Right, so it's gone down there, but it's still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And then you've got the arcane knowledge, which is 8% penetration on this one.
Used to be 10 as well.
It used to be 10. So they've nerfed the penetration stats, but on different things, they've definitely increased like flat damage.
Mm-hmm.
So they're taking into consideration, I guess, the early game where getting through that kind of armor rune page that an AD carry might have is less painful.
Was there only 3 on tier 3?
Yeah, there's only 3.
Because deadliness was on tier 3 before.
And that's been moved up to tier 2 now. So made that easier to access. I guess they're definitely taking into consideration like this per level stuff for sure in the offensive.
Yeah.
On tier 4 now is lethality, which I believe is on tier 4 in the other one. This one's at a 2.5% critical strike damage.
This is 10% critical strike damage on this.
Oh, but then it says brackets plus 5% for melee champions.
Oh, okay. How many points can you put in that?
You can only put 2 points in this one.
Oh, you can only put 1 in the old one.
Oh, so that if let's put some points into this so we can get down there. Let's see how many points we're going to get. So at rank 2, you get plus 5% crit damage and plus 10% for melee champions.
Ah, so for melee champions, it'd be the same as it used to be, and a bit weaker for ranged ones. Are they making ranged have a sort of handicap in damage, or?
I don't know that
because that potentially could bring AD carries, like melee carries, like Master Yi and people like that back in, which would be interesting to see.
It definitely helps if I do say the AD jungle.
Yeah.
If you were to go, I don't know, Tryndamere jungle with full rage.
Yeah.
That's going to help his clear speed, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of AD jungle thing, this is something that could be linked into helping that. The next one in tier 4 is brute force.
That was not there before.
Now this is just a flat damage increase of plus 1.5 attack damage.
Oh, that used to be in tier 1.
Yeah, I thought that would be. Now, is it got the same attack damage?
Sorry, what was it?
1.5.
It just tier 1. So
it's been increased for the compensation of it having to, you need more points to get it.
Yeah, by 50%. And you can put 3 points in it.
Yeah.
Right.
With this one, you can only put 2. That's quite a change there.
So you get the same maximum anyway.
You get 3 attack damage maximum.
Yeah, same as it used to be.
Right. Okay. So it's not been changed, but it's just been altered.
Yeah. Well, you put 1 point in it, you'll get more than you used
to. The next one is mental force.
No, it used to be blast.
Blast.
Yeah, which was plus 1 ability power per level.
Now this one's plus flat 1.5 ability power.
Oh. How many points?
4 points still.
Oh, this was 4 points in blast. Sorry, at 1 plus 1. So
yeah, it's plus
0.25 ability power for blast with 1 in it.
And you get 1.5 ability power with 1 in it.
Okay.
So this is quite a huge increase there.
Yeah, that's probably compensating for lethality then.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Especially for like the mages. Mages haven't really gone through much of a change. I mean, blast. The blast is still there.
Hmm.
At tier 2, and it does 4.5 ability power per level. No, sorry, at level 18 and 0.25 per level.
Oh, that's not changed.
So that's not changed. But
No, no.
the mental focus is definitely.
Okay, that's quite cool then.
So they, from what I've seen, I believe that the early game is being made less aggressive so far.
Yeah.
With some of these stats, because with some champions you don't spec fully into these offensive trees to get an actual maximum benefit. I know with my jungle, like AD jungle, if I can pull up the page here, I've spec'd partially into the offensive tree just to get a couple of the attack speed, the bonus damage to minions, the armor pen, and the damage per level. But the majority of my points have gone into the defense, which definitely have seemed to be altered as well lately, which is nice. So anyway, the next ability, which I believe is new, I can't remember ever seeing it, but I don't play AP mid, is Spell Sword.
Tier 5 is this?
This is still tier 4.
Oh, it's no. There's only 3 in tier 4, it used to be. Spell Sword, no.
Spell Sword, which deals 5% of ability power in magic damage on every basic attack.
Oh, okay.
Now this, I believe, is definitely built for hybrids.
Hmm.
You can only put 1 point into it though, but I feel like this is a hybrid item
Yeah.
ability.
That'll help for people like Warwick, especially AP Warwick. Since his fast attack speed anyway, will make that really good.
I think it will help out Jax, which it's not like Jax needs any more help, is it?
No, well.
Katarina will benefit from this.
Oh god.
So that's. I'm not sure about that because it seems to be helping what's already strong. I know they're making changes to Gunblade. And I believe the changes are something like they're making it more ability power based than attack damage. But now, looking at this offensive stat, with the more ability power, this is just going to compensate for the attack damage anyway with this ability. So you're not losing much from it if you have this current ability. So, I don't know. It's not changed the hybrids much if you look at it from that perspective.
No, if you build that, no.
The next tier 5 is Frenzy. This goes directly off lethality.
Oh, okay. Frenzy wasn't there before.
And it grants 10% attack speed 2 seconds after landing a crit.
Nah, yeah.
Now that sounds quite significant to me.
Yeah. Wait, how much?
10%.
10. Ooh. That's just going to be for, well, useful for most people, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, if you think of it, the way I see it is, I just keep getting Tryndamere in my face every time I look at some of these stats. It's like Tryndamere is going to land crits like every time he hits.
So he's got just basically a permanent speed as attack speed boost.
Yeah, and this could definitely, I wouldn't imagine it's substantial enough to be able to like say, oh, you don't need to build attack speed on him, because I'm pretty sure you still do.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something to take in consideration. The fact that it is a big benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only put 1 point in it, which I think's enough. But this is 10% you're gaining, and for AD carries, especially, I don't know, Caitlyn. If she can land her crit, she could potentially get 2 auto attacks off a crit, which is her passive, and then just a basic auto attack. So it's going to make poking a little bit more interesting on the bot lane.
And people with generally fast attack speed anyway. It's going to just make them even worse, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, imagine Cogmore with his W procced. That's
Or
like, I don't know, a ridiculous amount of attack speed as it is. And then if you crit on it...
Warwick.
yeah, Warwick as well.
Master Yi.
Master Yeet.
Well, you don't see him anymore, but oh well.
So, the next one is Sunder.
I believe that was taken from somewhere else.
I believe so too.
Sunder. Unless I'm thinking of a World of Warcraft talent. No, I can't find it. Never mind.
It's a
Oh
plus
no,
two...
yes, Sunder's there. Sorry.
It's a +2 armor penetration on rank 1,
Yep.
and then it goes up 1.5 per level after that. You can put 3 points into that.
Yeah, it hasn't changed at all.
So that hasn't changed. And then Archmage is there as well.
You get 2 per point you put in it, rather.
Do you still get 5 armor penetration at the end?
No, you get 6.
You get 6. Alright, so it's been weakened a little bit. So, like, again, the penetration kind of stuff that you're getting from the offense tree is definitely decreased.
So it seems like they're making tanks slightly stronger than they used to be.
Yes.
Which is nice, because they just get one-shotted in team fights anyway.
Okay, the next one is Archmage.
That's... Oh yeah, that's there.
And this one gives ability power by 1.25% on rank 1.
Yep.
And the maximum you can get is 5%.
Hold on. I'll just flick through a build, see if I actually got one. Which has it. Whatever. Hold on. Fuck. Max is 5.
Yeah. So that's not changed.
No.
At all. Which is nice. It's kind of just keeping, I think, AP the same.
Mm-hmm.
That spell sword, though, I think is going to be quite significant to some champions. But the only change so far has been that magic pen reduction, which has just happened on armor pen as well. So nothing really different in the AP side. And the final trait is Executioner.
Yep.
And it's 5% damage to targets below 50% HP.
It was 6% to targets below 40%, so...
I guess that's pretty much the same now.
I guess, yeah.
So if you look at it in layman's terms, that's pretty much the same, and the real changes there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now on to defense. Defense I had a look through earlier, because I quite like my tanks. There's quite a few cool things that's been added. It's more like defense has become quite cool, I must admit. So for tier 1, it's exactly the same, but with one new trait. So you've got Summoner's Resolve.
Yep.
Then Durability.
Wait, that's new, I think, yeah?
I think that's on a lower tier.
Oh wait, yeah it is, yeah. It's tier
Yeah.
2. It used to be tier 2.
And Tough Skin.
Yeah, that's there.
So what else used to be on tier 1?
Hardiness.
Hardiness. And that's now on tier 2. So they've brought durability up, and I think this might be a change, I don't know, that's why you're here, is at its health per level, 1.5.
Oh, wait, there was resistance at the top as well, did you say resistance?
Yeah, that's on tier 2 too.
Okay. They've moved those down to tier 2 then.
Yeah. Now durability gives 1.5 health per level.
Yep.
Is that still the same?
Yeah, it's the same as used to
4
be.
points can be put into it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so that's not changed at all. Now, there's a new ability here called Perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think it's new because the picture's different. Grants up to 2 health regen per 5 seconds based on missing HP.
Oh, that's quite good.
Now, I don't know how much missing HP you need for that to proc.
I think it just increases as your health
Decreases.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be nice to get some kind of stat from that, but we just got to work what we've got. But this just grants +2 health regen every 5 seconds, and it just goes up in 2s. You can put 3 points into it. I think this could be quite nice if, for example, if you're doing a jungler who doesn't buy Philosopher's Stone in this round. So that would give you a nice health regen. So somebody like, I don't know, Lee Sin,
Yeah.
you wouldn't necessarily buy Philosopher's Stone on him, but it's nice to have the health regen because your W doesn't always heal you a lot.
Or any top laner, for that matter.
or top laners, giving them a nice sustain. And if you use your utility mastery tree, you practically got a Philosopher's Stone, just that very low amount. And there's quite a cool thing in the utility tree, which I quite like to tell you about afterwards, which I think's pretty funny. The utility tree definitely looks awesome right now.
I don't know anything about it.
I'm building the suspense, man. Building it.
I'm really my room as well.
On the tier 2,
Yes.
it's now got hardiness, which is +2 armor,
Yep. Same as it used to be.
3 points into it, and resistance the same.
Yeah.
So that's not changed.
No.
Then you got bladed armor, which deals true damage to any monsters that attack you.
That used to be in tier 3, and that came off tough skin.
Yeah, it still comes off tough skin, just now in tier 2. So that's quite nice to have it a lot earlier. So you don't have to put as many points into something that you don't necessarily want. For example, some junglers, if you're playing a tank and you have a rune page with, I don't know, flat magic resist already, not necessarily a tank, sorry. If you're playing an AD carry, I usually put them on flat magic resist. You might not want to put too many points into that. You might just put 1 and then 3 in hardiness. This now allows you to get your smite, put your 2 points in tough skin and your bladed armor, and you pretty much be able to put anything that you want instead of maybe having to commit more into the resistance. Yeah. So, on the 3rd tier, you've now got Unyielding, which is just reduces damage taken by champions by 1.
That is new, I believe.
I think it's on maybe tier 4, something like that?
Nope. It wasn't on tier 4.
Tier 5?
No, it's not on those either.
Okay, fair enough. I'm pretty sure there was something like that before.
What does it do?
This might be one of the ones that reduces AoE damage.
Ah.
That was on the last Mastery tree.
I can't see anything like it. Well, there's nothing in defense about AoE damage reduction.
I'm pretty sure there was. I'm pretty damn sure.
Oh, right.
Around tier 4 and 5.
Oh wait, reduces damage taken from area effect. Yeah, evasion used to be.
Yeah, evasion. So now that's Unyielding, which is the same. It's exactly the same.
1% put 3 in it. I'll take it.
That looks like it is different. It's you reduce damage taken by champions by 1, and you can put 2 points into it.
Okay, so it's slightly weaker then, or just have to admit
stronger, depending on the way you look at it.
Yeah.
You've got a new one for sure called Relentless.
Mm-hmm.
You can put 2 points into it, and it reduces the effectiveness of slows by 7.5%.
Wow.
And I believe you can put that in twice, and it doubles the effect.
Okay.
So that's a lot right there. 15% reduction in effectiveness of a slow.
It's probably one of the most powerful masteries out there at the moment.
It definitely gives the largest bonus by far.
If you don't grab that, well...
Unless you're somebody like, I don't know, maybe Aurelia, but you already have it kind of built into your passive.
I thought you were going to say Nick.
Relentless, no matter how bad.
Veteran Scars gone?
Nope, Veteran Scars are still there with a flat plus 30 HP.
Hasn't changed.
So that hasn't changed, which is nice. It's always nice.
Mm.
Then there's one new ability as well called Safeguard. This reduces damage taken by from turrets by 5%.
That, I believe...
I don't think it was there in the last tree.
Reduces armor nearby enemy turrets. Oh, maybe it was that I was thinking of. No. Yeah.
Which I think's, if you, I don't think you have, but on the new items, there's a item that comes out. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, because they've all got like pretty cool damn names.
Yeah.
But this one, if you activate it, it will block turret damage for like something ridiculous, like 5 seconds.
Oh wow. So everyone can be a poppy these days.
Practically, yeah. So that's kind of implementing some defensiveness, obviously from defense tree. I quite like that. Potentially, if you're playing support, maybe like Alistair, and you kind of have to tank it a little bit to get the enemy out of there, or just a security to carry the kill. I mean, that 5%, the amount of times I've died because the towers hit me maybe 10 more damage.
Oh yeah.
And I would have survived. That 5% would make that difference, because I think the towers hit like 180 or something straight away off the bat.
Oh yeah.
So that could make a difference there. Right, coming off Unyielding, this is definitely new since Unyielding's new, is Block. Block reduces damage taken from champion basic attacks by 3.
Also, that could be useful for support, definitely.
Yeah, that still could be useful for supports, and
Oh,
most of this defense tree is quite nice for support so far.
Yeah.
With like the reduction of the slows, the safeguard, the healing.
It was cooldown reduction. Oh, there was, anyway.
That's still, there's a lot in bloody utility, I'll tell you that, and I believe there might be some here. Yeah, no, that's reduces time spent dead. Yeah, there's a lot in utility.
I thought that was good hands.
Yeah, it is. It's just in defense now.
Oh, that's weird.
I know, right? Now, I believe. God damn it! Stop Facebooking me. The next one, this is on tier 4 now.
Yep.
Is Tenacious. This is new.
Yep.
This reduces crowd duration effects by 5% and stacks with tenacity.
Oh, okay.
So this is, and you can put 3 points into it, and you can get like 15%. So I think what boots of, I can't remember the name. Merc Treads. There we go. Merc Treads give you plus 25 tenacity. I'm not sure what that is in percentage, though. But that's, I don't know, maybe let's say 25%, just because it seems legit. It's probably not that much, but it seems legit. Have this as well. That's a lot of tenacity. Taking this on like maybe an 80 carry instead of cleanse, that's still a big difference. That's a lot of time knocked off right there. That's 40% duration gone.
Wow.
That's a lot. Very lot. And potentially, if you were to play Irelia again, you could just use that, your passive, and you would never need to buy Merc Treads.
No.
You'd be fine with just Ninja Tabby all the time, unless you're like against a full AP team. You can get pass.
Nice and cheap boots.
Well, the Ninja Tabby I think are definitely the cheapest.
Yeah.
And then the Merc Treads are bloody expensive. I hate having to buy them as a jungler.
I think Sorcerer's shoes are the most expensive. I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. Juggernaut is on tier 4.
Tier 4. Nope, that was the last one.
And this one does increases maximum health by 1.5%.
Ooh, increases maximum health by 3% and reduces duration of incoming disables by 10%.
So they've split that off now to Tenacious
Mm-hmm.
and nerfed the HP.
Okay. Is there only 1 point in there?
You can put 3 points in it, but you can only get a maximum of 4% HP increase.
Okay, you can only put 1 in Juggernaut and the old Juggernaut, so it's a slight health buff if you put more points into it. But...
Yeah. And with that Tenacious, I'm not sure if you'd put that many in.
No.
That Tenacious definitely seems strong. Now, on this tier 5, there's a lot of new stuff. I think, apart from the good hands, which has been moved across, there's a lot of new stuff. So you've got this ability called Defender. This grants 1 armor and magic resist for each nearby enemy champion.
Okay, Ages of Legion kind of thing going on there.
It's kind of like Wukong. Wukong's passive,
Hmm.
but with more resistance. Wukong has more resistance. So that's pretty nice. It's not too useful, it's only 1.
Once again, a support item. Well, or mastery rather.
Aye. Now the next one is Legendary Armor. This
Okay.
increases your armor and magic resist by 1.25%.
Quite a lot for a mastery.
And you can put 4 points into it to a maximum of 5%.
And that'll get stronger later on, I assume.
Yes, the more armor magic resist you get, the more crud you get.
I think that used to be like Honor Guard, which reduces damage taken. Just flat damage.
Honor Guard's still here.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, still the final tier. Reduces damage by 3%.
Oh, okay. It used to be 0.5, but you only put 3 in it.
You can only put 1 in this one. Good hands, 1 point, and you can put, and it reduces time spent by dead. Time spent dead by 10%.
It used to have 3, and you'd put 4 in it, and you could max it to 10. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's nice. Quite. It's not really changed that much. Just been moved to a defensive stat. Not sure if I like it being on the defense tree because it's always nice to get up as quick as possible as support.
Yeah.
But meh, it's not a huge thing that's gone.
No.
A new one is Reinforced Armor. This reduces damage taken from critical strikes by 5%, and you can put 2 points into it. Something like this is definitely handy against those critters. So if you're going against, I don't know, Caitlyn bottom,
Ooh.
that will help against her harass. Especially if you're an AD carry. I know this usually aims for the AD carry, and you'd never spec this far into an AD carry. But it's something there which is quite nice against those kind of champions. I mean, jungler, again, if you had a really tanky jungler, I mean, I would not suggest specing this far in, and if you were, you're doing something wrong because you want that rune affinity. But that's still something that's quite there. I mean, it's 10% crit strike reduction, which, again, can be a lot at some point, and definitely will make a difference.
Once again, top laners.
Honor Guard, we've just discussed.
Yes.
So, the next tree, Utility. Now, I think the first one's completely the same. First tier, Summoner Insight.
Yep.
Now, tell me this. Is Clairvoyance on Summoner Insight?
Yes, it is. Increases duration by 2 seconds.
Now, that's been changed. Grants lingering vision of enemy champions revealed.
Okay. So, how does that work?
I'm assuming if you were to CV an enemy nexus, like enemy spawn right at the beginning of the game,
Yeah.
you would see them at that instant, and then as they all walk away as they bought the items, you'd still be able to see them for a short period of time.
Oh, while they're still walking, it won't just show a still image of them where they were when they were
I
last.
believe it still follows them. Yeah, it attaches.
Alright.
Which just could be useful, definitely. Like if you were trying to track a jungler's movement.
So something similar to sort of Cogmore's ultimate, which has that little bit of sight afterwards.
Yeah, that gives that vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that seems definitely potentially interesting. Might be good enough to bring back CV. I know they nerfed the range of it a couple of patches ago, and nobody ever uses it now just because of that. But you could use it to track junglers as they do buffs or as they're about to gank. That's quite useful to have that extra knowledge to predict their movements. So that could definitely make a difference. The next one is Wanderer.
Wanderer.
Which, I don't know if it's called like Swiftness or some crap like that on the other one.
Oh, it was in tier 2 Swiftness.
Right, now it's in tier 1 as Wanderer, and you can put 3 points into it, and it gives 0.66 increased movement speed when out of combat.
Okay. It used to just give a flat movement speed increase of 2% maxed, and it was 0.51 per point.
So it's still 2% when maxed out on this,
Yeah.
but it's when you're out of combat instead.
4 points. Okay.
The next one is meditation, which I believe on the last one you had to put the points into meditation to be able to get expanded mind.
No, you needed expanded mind to go into meditation. Meditation was tiered.
Okay, so they've been swapped around.
Yeah.
You put meditation, 3 points into meditation, you get plus 3 mana regen over 5 seconds.
Yep, same.
But it's not linked at all.
Oh, okay.
You also get improved recall, which is not changed at all. 0.5 seconds
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that crap.
Not
So,
a really
I usually take it just so I can get to tier 2. Take some insight, a bit of that, and then you can get all the way down to useful traits. But yeah. So the second tier is Scout,
Okay.
which I believe is on the last one, but a little lower down.
No, it's tier 2, yeah. Increases vision range of wards by 5%.
No, I thought it was changed, and it is. Wards gain 25% increased vision.
Oh, that's a lot better.
For the first 3 seconds after placing them.
Oh.
So I'm not quite sure if that's worth the change. I quite like the old one because it's a permanent thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this one's has potential.
I guess for just face checking, I don't really see any other use for it.
I see it in if you were to put a ward in the back of Dragon Den while somebody else is doing it.
Yeah.
You might just be able to see it to be able to maybe get it. But apart from that, I think this is a lot more useless.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so the next one is Mastermind. I think this was a lot lower down than the last one.
Mastermind.
It's got a dude with a bald head.
Mastermind was the last one.
Right, so it's been put all the way back up here. You can put 3 points into it to a maximum of 10% cooldown on summoner spells.
It used to be 15%. You only put 1 point in it.
Right, so that's been altered a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to have that quite early up, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. Especially once I tell you some of these other things. So you got Expanded Mind next. This is plus 180 mana at level 18 and plus 10 mana per level.
Expanded Mind. Yeah, that used to be in tier 1.
And then, lovingly, this is quite cool. Artificer. New item, new thing, sorry. And reduces the cooldown of activated items by 7.5% per point, and you can put 2 points into it. I thought this was pretty cool because it encourages supports to get more activation items like Vandulance.
Yeah, I'm really bad at activation items.
But it's an encouragement to use them.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever even used shillelaghs. Just saying.
And obviously for shillelaghs as well. I think that shillelaghs doesn't give the movement speed long enough for the cooldown, but this kind of compensates for it, and it's quite nice. Now, the second tier, it goes from Greed, which you can put 4 points into.
Yeah, probably hasn't changed. 0.5 gold every 10 seconds.
Yep, that's exactly the same, and it goes straight into Wealth, which gives you plus 25 gold.
What, wealth?
Yeah.
You used to be able to put 2 in that one.
Yeah, you can put 2 in it, and it gives you a maximum of 50.
40.
Oh, so that gives you more.
Yeah.
Oh. I think before you would be able to do that, and then you would be left with, I don't know, I think 25 gold. and then you'll be like, oh, I'm 10 off getting another potion. So this actually ranks it up, so you might be able to get another potion, which is nice for support.
Well, for anyone, yeah.
Yeah, potentially even for top lane, but I think top lane, it doesn't make too much difference if you go boots 3-party, because you can just always buy a 4.
You wouldn't really pick utility for top lane, I wouldn't.
Not this far down, I don't think.
I don't think you'd even go past tier 1, to be honest.
Okay, sorry I missed. No, that's still on the same one. Rune Affinity is also on tier 3.
Oh yeah, that's same. Still here. That's
20% duration of the buffs.
Yeah, Shrine, Relic Quest, and that neutral monster, whatever.
Yeah, so that's not changed. The change here, one of them, is Strength of Spirit, which you have to put 3 points into Expanded Mind to be able to unlock. Once you've unlocked it, this is the one I was talking about before, where it grants +1 health regen for every 5 seconds for every 400 maximum mana, and you can put 3 points into that.
That's quite powerful. Well, I'd hope it would be after coming off 2. Oh wait, no, it's only coming off Expanded Mind, isn't it?
Which is 3 points.
Yeah. That's quite a lot of points dedicated to it, but still, that's pretty powerful.
It can be, yeah, definitely in the early game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in the early game. Now, the fun one next. Biscuiteer. Put 1 point into it and grants a regenerative biscuit that restores 80 health and 50 mana over 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
You get this biscuit which you can eat.
Okay, can you give it to friends?
No.
Ah. But still, that's pretty cool. So, or does it appear in your item list like a potion?
I think so. I've not tried it out, but I think you just get it in your inventory.
Wait, how
when
often?
You start the game.
Oh, okay.
You only get 1.
Okay, so it's just a free potion when you start the game. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Definitely. It just blows my mind.
I think this is definitely nice for top lane. You could potentially get like 4 potions and a biscuit.
Yeah. Mundo happy.
Which I think is quite cool. Now this goes down. You can put 1 point into it and it links into another new ability. This is called Explorer. You can only put 1 point into it, but on Summoner's Rift it grants a ward at the start of the game. Free ward.
Ooh. Okay.
And it reveals the area for 60 seconds instead of the 3 minutes?
Okay, so it's a cheapo ward then.
Yeah. But, it's free.
I was expecting like Mega Biscuit of Doom or something, but that's nice too.
And then on all the other maps, it just gives you 25 starting gold. So stuff like Dominion and the ARAM map. I can't remember the name of it. Proving Grounds.
Yeah. Twisted Tree Line?
Yeah, I believe so too.
Like, nobody cares about that, but whatever.
You not played the new one, have you?
Nope.
I'll have to show you that.
If it's new, I haven't played it, I can assure you.
Okay, so tier 4, you get Wealth, which we've discussed.
Yes.
Awareness, which grants experience earned by 1.25%.
1.2. Yeah. Same as just.
And you put 4 points into it to get 5.
Yeah.
So. Then Vampirism, which is 1% lifesteal.
Vampirism?
Spell Vamp.
Vampirism used to be in Offensive.
Oh. Okay.
And Sage was there.
Sage is not in here.
Gain 40 bonus experience on champion kills and assists.
Oh. Okay. Well, you get something like that.
Yeah.
Something. It's called Pickpocket. This is on tier 5.
Okay.
You get 5 gold for every melee champion, and 3 gold for every ranged champion for each basic attack against the champion.
Whoa, okay, so...
It's got a 5-second cooldown between the basic attacks, but yes, every time you attack a champion, you gain either 5 or 3 gold.
So aggressive supports works quite well.
You get paid for it.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. You can only put 1 point into it, but it's a way to give supports more money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that they need.
It would be a bit overpowered on a carry, but...
Yeah. But again, a carry would never spec this far down.
No, which is probably a good thing, right?
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. I like that. I really do like that. Because I know they were doing something about adding supports being able to get more money. And this is the kind of thing I was hoping for, just to get some extra money from almost presence, because you end up harassing so much as a support in bot lane, if you're a good one anyway. If you're Soraka, you just kind of have to throw bananas at everything that you see moving. So,
it's a real pain in support, especially since they're getting rid of Heart Gold.
Yeah. So this is, I guess, compensating for a gold per 5 being removed. But if anything, this is more money if you remember to auto attack. I think it would be easier to get auto attacks off as a ranged support, depending on the lane. But if you're a melee support, once you actually start to fight something, you will get those attacks off.
But usually melee supports are all tanks, and you'd rather go in defense, wouldn't you?
Yeah, which is a shame.
Because I don't think there are any melee supports that aren't tanks. No.
You could probably go this far down with maybe somebody like Nunu.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Simply because Nunu gets pretty tanky on his own. But yeah,
if there was another tank on the field, then maybe but I wouldn't see it. So say if top lane was someone like, I don't know, Cho'Gath or whatever. Cho'Gath tank or any tank.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next one is intelligence.
Intelligence.
Which gives you 2% cooldown reduction for every point put in, and you can put 3 in.
That either that was somewhere else or it was in World of Warcraft. Sorry. Flashbacks. Horrible flashbacks.
So that's again added onto the cooldown reduction which you can gain from this tree already. That's what you can get 10% cooldown reduction for your summoners, 6% for your general skills, 15% for your items. That's a lot of cooldown reduction.
Nice. Yeah. This is blah blah blah. Can't speak. Well, what support doesn't need cooldown reduction?
Now, I think for the final point, personally, I think it's a waste. It's not really worth specking into.
No.
You can put 1 point into it, 3% bonus movement speed.
3%.
Personally, I don't think it's worth it. Supports move too slow for it to be worth it.
Yeah. I guess it would be worth it if you were. I can only think of one champion where that would be good, and that's Hecarim, simply because he gains more damage the more movement speed he has. But
even then, I don't think you would ever spec that far down as a Hecarim.
Janna, maybe, since she has a lot of movement speed.
Maybe, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's not worth it at all. If you're going to play support, don't put your points there. I can understand specking down to get like the pickpocket, because that's just wicked. Who doesn't want pickpocket? But put your points somewhere useful apart from there. I don't care where. Honestly, I'll put it into defense instead.
Yeah.
But I think 3% movement speed just isn't worth it. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in utility, and maybe it's just a way of balancing that out. I mean, the biscuit's just fucking awesome. The pickpocket's wicked, and I think it's a way of balancing it, but just nimble is not worth it. Do not put your points in there.
Thinking like that biscuit thing could have been like ward. I don't know, like ward countering sort of thing. So kill a ward, get a biscuit. I thought that'd be brilliant.
To encourage, counter warding, that'd be pretty cool.
Hit a ward with hammer, biscuit comes out. Brilliant.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think Nimble's worth it in the end.
No.
Now, in terms of the UI, I'm going to create a custom game. I'm just going to put random bot in there.
Oh, can
I don't think you can because I'm on the PBE.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
I'll have to send you a link to join when it's open again.
Okay.
Let's put somebody passive. I was about to say Soraka, but she's usually not. But I think she's one of the most passive there is.
Passive.
I don't even know where she is. There she is. So I'm going to put Soraka in,
Mhm.
and I'm going to go through what the UI looks like. I don't know. What champion should I pick?
I decide what the
I will
tide will
pick
bring.
the new champion, and we can discuss her as well. This is brilliant. We're going to do everything this game.
I was going to say pick an old timer, but yeah, go on.
Let's just try a bit of everything. Everything new. Got any runes yet? Now there's currently no picture for it yet. So I'm just kind of looking at when a picture fails to load on Internet Explorer, you kind of get that little square with the triangle and the circle and the pink thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just got that in the corner. Right, so this is going to load. It's going to load up. Now, from what I played earlier, I think the UI looks awesome. Bloody hell, that picture actually looks cool. But the UI looks awesome. I think the way it shows you as you level up your spells, it actually shows you how many points you put into that spell.
I can't comment.
Leaders.
And that looks pretty cool, honestly. You can, people on the video, you can actually see it. I did a game, so I kind of, reduced the scale, but I'll turn it back up so you can actually see it properly. And it looks awesome. It really does. It looks a lot more detailed. It just looks wicked, in my opinion. And look, I've got the biscuit. I've got the biscuit and the free ward. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah, because I put a point into the free ward. Explore wards.
Is it just like a normal ward, or
It's just a normal ward, yeah, but lasts 60 seconds.
could have been a biscuit?
Oh god, Fraps is killing my FPS right now. Because I've not sorted the settings out on this one yet. Anyway, the UI looks awesome. It just so does. It looks, if you play StarCraft, it looks like Protoss. It looks kind of like that, and I really like it because I used to play Protoss.
Yes.
They've really neatened everything up. Everything looks a lot more clearer.
Clearer? Is that a word?
Yes. Yeah, well, like clear as in terms of the text.
Clearer. Oh, whatever. I'll let you have it.
Sharper.
Yes.
Does
Whatever.
that matter? I'm going to turn the announcer's voice down because she's getting a bit loud. And it looks really nice. It shows you the amount of points you put into each ability. It's just really cleaned everything up. I really like it. That's my opinion.
I was about to make a sexist joke, but whatever.
They changed the options screen as well.
Ooh.
Just simple things like that, so it keeps consistency, which is really nice. If you go into key bindings as well, you can actually see the smart cast is a lot closer to the top. As in, it is directly on the top, you don't have to scroll down at all, really. Which is, if you use smart cast and you're kind of changing between them in different games, it's just a lot quicker that way.
Has the shop changed?
The shop has changed.
Yeah.
And I will show that off now.
I just learnt it and now it's changed. Brilliant.
The shop, I'm not sure. It's really big. A lot bigger than the last shop. So it takes up more of your screen, which is quite annoying because I used to, shop while in lane.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. There's a new flask as well. New potion. I'll have to talk about that later. Damn! Yes, all the new items are in here as well. I don't know what they are, but they're all in here. So I'll have to do a separate video on those.
Okay.
But they're in here. I'll get a list of all the different ones and talk through them. But the shop looks really cool. It kind of got like an elven feel to it. Yeah, elves,
Yeah. Is the shopkeeper still a troll? Because that would make very little sense. It's a yodel. It's a yodel now, isn't it?
Yeah, yodel. Still, it's fine.
And that weird, like, I
don't know, thing. It's a thing from Neverending Story. Or something like that.
Don't know what that is.
It's a film, don't worry.
Okay.
And the store, it looks alright. Everything's bigger. I think, personally, it's more complicated for new users.
Better. Sorry.
Yeah. It's alright. I think it's a bit more complicated. And you've got to get used to it, but if you go into all items on here, you can just click it. It's less clicks.
Is there a search bar? That would be brilliant.
There's no search bar.
Ah,
Oh yes, there is.
there is.
There is. Yeah. So if I type in Merc, yep, search bar.
Go on. Type in half gold.
It's not there.
Oh.
It's gone. What else is gone? Force of nature. Yeah, that's gone.
What, Force of Nature gone?
Yeah, force of nature's gone.
Why?
I might discuss some of these items as I find them though, because they are pretty beast when I read them. But the store looks cool. It's less clicks to get to your items. It's got a nice funky scroll bar instead of it being, I think, horizontally based. It's now vertical. It shows a bit more description about the item. And if I was to click on the Aegis of the Legion, it shows you all the different items you need to buy it in a much smaller box. Again, it goes into more detail down at the bottom, and it then shows you the builds that it builds into on the top. So it's still the same mechanic, it just looks a lot different in my opinion.
What about the recommended? Just they still there?
The recommended is a separate a separate thing on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So a separate tab.
Oh, okay.
So you got the recommended tab, which shows you all the recommended items. It says starting items, essential items, offensive, defensive, and consumables, which I think is a lot nicer because it gives people a lot more things. Like if you were to start off at the game, you wouldn't know from the previous recommended guides. You just kind of go, okay, I'm going to try and buy ruby crystal or something straight off the bat, just because it's there.
Yeah.
Not the smartest of things at all.
It gives health mine.
But this is a lot nicer and a lot more newbie friendly, which is awesome.
Well,
now,
you'll have to sit there and read for like 5 minutes.
Not quite. Now I'm going to start moving around on the map here. I'm probably going to lag as I do it, but I kind of want to get some abilities off for this new champion. So this new champion's called Nami. She's a kind of weird mermaid thing. You can see her starting stats down at the bottom here, and her passive is when Nami's abilities hit allied champions, they gain plus 40 movement speed for 1.5 seconds. That's a lot.
Yeah.
God, this is so hard to do anything. Now, Nami's Q, which I just used there, was called Aqua Prison. Sends a bubble towards a targeted area, dealing a small amount of magic damage. God, I'm dying to creeps.
Does it pick them up?
Yeah. And stuns them for 1.5 seconds. 1.25 seconds. I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice stun in the lane. You always gotta love a bit of stun.
Okay.
The next ability is Ebb and Flow. It's kind of like Soraka's Infuse,
Oh yeah.
where it has two effects. On an ally hit, it heals 75 HP and will bounce to near my enemy champion.
Okay.
On an enemy hit, it will deal 65 damage and will bounce to a nearby ally champion.
What, and deal damage or do the equivalent?
Deal damage.
What, to the champ? What, to the allied champion?
No, to the ally champion, if it bounces to it, heals them, and it will bounce to another enemy. So when you shoot it at an ally, it will heal the ally, then bounce to an enemy and damage them. If you shoot it at an enemy, it will damage the enemy and then bounce to an ally and heal them. Each bounce each bounces to each target only once, which is fine, and it hits up to 3 targets. Damage and healing value is reduced by 15% for every bounce, which is, I guess, alright.
Yeah.
It's kind of way to control. And I will try to show that off now, actually.
Does it bounce a similar way to Ziggs' bomb? Or?
No, I guess more to Brand's. So as you saw, I did some damage to Soraka and it just bounced back to me and healed me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No biggie. Now the next one is Tide Caller's Blessing. Empowers an allied champion for 5 seconds. All 3 basic attacks. This basically then gives the effect of the allies' basic attacks deal plus 25 bonus magic damage and slow the enemy target by 15% for 1 second.
Oh, it's very obvious.
So I can put that on myself. I get awesome aura. I think I slowed a little bit. I'm not sure if it just ran off then at that point. Yeah, for 5 seconds. But you get the kind of idea. It helps increase the damage of your AD carry, which is something you always see. This rock is on my ass so hard.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can't wait to get bloody level 6 to show off this final ability. FPS drops not lovely. Do not like. Come on.
Fiona, I miss you. The thing.
So oh yeah, she definitely is support.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this
Flat
biscuit.
out support.
I'm eating this biscuit. Nom. Can I fire this at creeps? No, so you can't fire W at creeps. Sad face.
No.
Which makes sense, but come on, right.
Put Lulu's ultimate on creeps.
Would be awesome.
Or really annoying, however you want to put it. It's like you can no longer give mana to creeps as Soraka, which is they don't use mana, so thank fuck. Or it'd be cool if they did, like you gave them mana and then they explode or something.
Suicide of creeps, that'd be brilliant.
Creepers.
Cheaper. Creeper. We get those people. Right, now level 6. So, on level 6, you can see the range in this. It's bloody huge. Literally goes from my monitor's a 1360 by 720, something like that. And it literally goes across my entire monitor. It's massive. If I click on it here to show you, yeah, I can't even, yeah, it's huge. You see it when the video goes up. But basically, it shoots a tidal wave, which knocks enemies up and slows them by 60%. The duration of the slow is increased based on how far the wave has travelled. So if you hit something at the very tip, it will get slowed for longer.
Oh.
The minimum is 3 seconds, and the maximum duration is 5 seconds. So I'm going to try and hit this rocket at the end of the map. Tidal wave, got her. And that did a fair amount of damage, 150 magic damage, and does quite a huge slow.
Support ultimates generally do.
Yeah, it's like Soraka's basically, but it has a slow in it as well.
Oh. Soraka's?
Soraka, Sona. And that's basically her. Since my FPS, I can't really show her off very well at all. But that's kind of a brief overview of all of her abilities. Again, if you want me to go in more in depth, leave a comment, and if I get enough support, I'll definitely do it. What I do want to look at is some of these new items.
Like for biscuits.
Like for biscuit. Oh, right, some of these items, man. Right, let's start off with basic health, apparently. I don't know. Oh no, let's go through consumables.
Okay.
You've got all the standard stuff, but you can buy a potion called Crystalline Flask.
Okay.
It's got 3 charges, which every time you go back to the shop, it refills it.
What, free or?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's its unique passive.
That's quite nice.
Oh, when you activate it, it consumes a charge to restore 100 HP plus 40 mana over 10 seconds.
That's quite nice. How much does it cost?
225 gold.
Oh.
And you get 3 uses of it.
Okay. And each time you go back, it completely refills itself.
Yeah.
Sounds quite powerful, actually, especially for a...
Helps to sustain a lot, I think, for like supports. I really like that. I quite like
top laner. I'd buy it.
that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Early game top lane, definitely.
Yeah.
Everything's exactly the same, but 2 more new items in the consumables. One called Sightstone. This gives you plus 100 health. This is 700 gold, by the way. Plus 100 HP. Its unique passive is Ward Refresh. Starts you with 4 charges and refills each time you visit the shop. So you get 4 wards. And every time you go back, you get 4 more wards. For free.
How much does that cost, sorry?
700.
Okay.
You're definitely
quite
saving
pricey, but still. Mid-game for support, definitely worth buying, maybe. Or even early game.
There is a catch, though.
Oh?
Active. You consume a charge to place an invisible ward which reveals the surrounding area for 3 minutes, which is standard.
Yeah.
You may only have a maximum of 2 wards placed from this item at once.
Oh, okay.
So you have 4, but you can only place 2 at a time.
If you're in lane, you never need more than 2.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Then, alternate version is Ruby Sightstone, which gives you 300 health,
Oh,
gives you 5 charges, and you can place a maximum of 3 wards.
okay. So just...
Practically the same,
But
with more health and more charges and more wards at once.
in cost?
Cost, it's 1,300.
Okay, just a flat upgrade to the...
Yeah. And you actually, that is the natural upgrade. So
Is that
the
separate?
Sightstone builds into the Ruby Sightstone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's something I would actually consider buying.
Yeah, does it build off of anything else, like a ruby stone?
Yeah.
Or,
Ruby Crystal.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's all the new consumables. I think it's pretty cool.
The thing is, as support, you'd go for Philosopher still, and then that, maybe.
And that would give you the health that you're missing from Heart of Gold and the wards.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why I think Riot did this, and this was to allow supports to actually buy useful items instead of them wasting all their money on wards all the time.
Yeah. And
I mean,
wards were rarely ever bought, really.
Yeah, I mean, with the Ruby Sightstone, yeah, you might want to purchase some more wards, just like maybe 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
But
just in case, but...
yeah, that's still a lot of wards you get
Still-
for free.
Still, laning phase, you don't really need that many wards about.
No,
Well,
it's not till late game when you need more.
yeah.
So it saves you a lot of money early game. I really like that item, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the money.
I take it they're not vision wards, they're just sight wards.
They're just sight wards. That's all it says. Invisible ward.
Does the ruby one have... Oh, I wouldn't have thought, but...
No.
Cool if they do make a... Actually, it'd be a bit overpowered, really, wouldn't it?
So,
It's Everton or something.
yeah, very. So the next item in my overall defense, I'm just doing it by category so it'll be a little bit faster, is Twin Shadow. It builds out of Cage's Lucky Pick, no Magic Mantle, gives you 50 ability power, 30 magic resist, and plus 5 movement speed for 1,900. I think that's alright. It gives you nice range. It's got a lot more ability power than Cage's Lucky Pick initially gives you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of ability power you end up getting from it.
Magic resist, did it say?
It gives you magic resist, yeah, it gives you 30 magic resist.
I'm gonna buy that as Nautilus.
Unique active Hunt. Summons up to 2 invisible ghosts for 6 seconds.
Holy crap.
To seek 2 nearest enemy champions. If they touch an enemy champion, they slow his movement speed by 40% and reveal him for 2.5 seconds.
Oh, okay, so jungle item then.
Potentially, I think it's still useful in bot lane. If you have like some of these invisible AD carries like Twitch.
Okay, yeah. Or even in jungler, if
Yeah.
you're expecting her around.
Yep. And it slows them for 40%, which is quite nice, so it allows you to follow up with a chase.
For how long?
2.5 seconds.
Pretty decent slow.
120-second cooldown. So it's almost like a summon ability.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently it's doing me in for AFK, but I'm not.
I'm shopping, leave me alone.
I'm a woman, I need to shop. The next new one is called Mikhail's Crucible. Ouch, this is awesome. It builds from Chalice of Harmony and Sapphire Crystal. It gives 300 mana, plus 40 magic resist, and 9 mana regen per 5 seconds. Soraka's pushing their shit out bot lane.
The magic resist will be a bit wasted on bot lane though, wouldn't it, if you think about it?
Yeah. But, some of this stuff. It could be nice for mid lane, I think.
Yeah, very.
Definitely nice, actually, looking at this.
Yeah.
Increases your mana regen by 1% per 1% in your mana missing. So it's almost like Vega's passive.
Mm-hmm.
It's active, removes all stuns, roots, taunts, fears, silences and slows on an ally and heals them for 100 plus 15% of their missing HP for 180 seconds cooldown. Now that is something that you could actually consider taking it for bot lane.
Wow.
Because it just removes everything off your AD carry.
I take it doesn't grant an immunity though, does it?
No, it just removes it.
Okay. That's still pretty good, yeah.
It's still pretty good. I think it would also help not the AD carry not having to take cleanse.
Yeah.
If you had a competent support. And I'm actually going to buy this to see if it's just restricted to an ally or if I can use it myself. I can use it actually on myself. So this is again a mid lane item which would definitely come in handy. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Is there a self cast hotkey? Just
yeah, Alt and the 1, I believe. Okay, so next new one is Spirit of the Ancient Golem.
Okay.
Which is actually kind of like blue buff.
Well, yeah, can you buy blue buff or something?
Kind of. Plus 500... Oh, sorry. It builds in from a new item called Hunter's Machete. We'll go over that later. Fairy Charm and Rejuvenation Bead, which build into an item on its own called Spirit Stone. Which is basically Philo Stone. Do they still have Philosopher's Stone? Health regen? Yeah, they still have Philosopher's Stone.
Okay, so you could buy 2?
Yeah, it just doesn't have the gold.
Oh.
But it has something else. Yeah, I'll go through that later. That's actually pretty interesting. I like that. It's pretty cool. Builds in from that new item and Giant's Belt, which is actually cheaper. Giant's Belt is 110 gold cheaper.
Well, than it used to be.
Yeah.
Wow. Still grants like shit.
400 HP. Yeah.
Ooh.
It gives 500 health, 30 armor, 14 health regen per 5 seconds, and 7 health regen, 7 mana regen per 5 seconds. The unique passive is Butcher. Deals damage dealt to monsters is increased by 25%.
So even optional jungle.
Potentially. Unique passive. The durations of stun, slows, taunts, fears, silences, blinds, and immobilizations are reduced by 35%. Now, I'm not sure if this item is worth buying if you end up getting merchandise.
Yeah.
But it's a cool item nonetheless. I'm not sure what to think of it, actually. It definitely helps with health. The regen on of it is awesome. Something that could potentially replace Shillelaghs for junglers, so you don't end up having 2 in a team.
Yeah, there's part of one and then
But it's pretty cool. I quite like it. It's alright. I'm not going to say I quite like it. Cause
well, the extra damage against creeps definitely sounds like a... Well, who else would have it than a jungler?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next. Let's try and speed it up a little bit. I can't be asked to talk for too much longer. Ohm Wrecker is the next one, built from Chain Vest and Catalyst the Protector. Gives 300 health, 200 mana, 55 armor, and prevents the closest enemy tower from attacking for 2.5 seconds.
So, well, don't even know what to make of that.
It blocks tower shots.
Yeah. Bottom support, definitely.
Definitely.
A nice tank item for
Or
a.
potentially even top lane, I think. If you're playing a champion that can dive early, easy. You can go for this. This effect it has 120 second cooldown, but it cannot be used against the same turret more than once every 7.5 seconds. So if you had multiple ones on the team, you would have to wait for that cooldown.
So potentially
can't just
running to their base, like first bite. Then it's
I'm
quite
not sure
cool.
how successful that would be, but yeah, you could.
If you have like Master Yi and then use his ultimate, you could get straight into their base.
The next one is Liandry's Torment. It's got a picture of a woman crying blood, and looks pretty painful.
Yes, I would
It
imagine.
builds from Haunting Guise and Amplifying Tone. Gives plus 25. Oh god, no, wrong one. Gives 70 ability power and 200 health. Unique passive. Plus 15 magic pen, which is the Haunting Guise's passive.
Yeah.
And another passive. Dealing spell damage burns the enemy for 5% of their current health as magic damage over 3 seconds.
So
If their movement is impaired, they take double damage. So if you get slow them, they take 10%.
any mid laner with a decent slow, good piece of kit.
That's
does it give up-
practically a Ignite. That's like Brand's passive right there, built in.
Does it give armor? Did you say? Sorry.
No, health.
Oh,
200 health.
It's alright.
Half duration for multi-target periodic effects. So it halves duration for many targets, and 300 maximum versus damage. Versus monsters, sorry. So pretty cool. I like that. It's like a Brand passive, basically,
Yeah.
but for slows. So you could put that with Friday's Crystal Scepter,
Oh yeah.
and you would be awesome. Right, the next one. Oh, have they changed Aegis? They have changed Aegis.
Change Aegis.
They've changed Aegis.
I like Aegis. What they do to Aegis?
Made it more expensive.
Oh, I don't know.
Right.
Expensive already. Anyway, whatever.
The newest item is from. Let's go for the Aegis. Actually, Aegis, to build it, you need the Ruby Crystal and the No Mantle, which is the same.
Mm-hmm.
But to get instead of the cloth armor, you need the Emblem of Valor.
Okay.
This is because it now grants a unique aura of nearby allies gain plus 10 armor, 15 magic resist, and 10 health regen per 5 seconds.
Ooh.
Which is a lot, I think.
Yeah. So they've just made it a later.
Better.
Yeah.
The item that builds into is called Runic Bulwark. Gives plus 400 health, plus 20 armor, plus 30 magic resist, and carries the same passive across, but with the allies gained plus 10 armor, plus 30 magic resist, and 10 health regen per 5 seconds.
Oh wow, that's quite a decent amount.
But
So
it's
not-
3,200 gold total,
Yeah.
which if you're playing support will take you forever to get.
Yeah.
But maybe with some of these new changes it might not take that long.
No, yeah. If you're aggressive Soraka, you'll be in Demonies.
God, Soraka's taking down his towers fast. Okay, so let's go for a new item. This is armor. This is called Banner of Command. I can remember this one a little bit. It's built from Emblem of Valor and a Blasting Wand.
Okay.
This gives plus 50 ability power and plus 30 armor. It grants an aura of plus 10 health regen per 5 seconds, and nearby allied minions deal 15% increased damage.
Interesting.
Unique active, Promote. So it's basically got Promote on it.
Oh, okay. What does promote actually do again? I never used it.
Transform a nearby siege minion into a more powerful unit.
Okay, what, a super creep?
Basically. So I think that's alright. It also costs 2,400.
Ah.
Now this is something I like. This is something that I looked into. You build it from Glacial Shroud and Sheen. So you already know that's going to hurt.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got tankiness and damage. It's called Iceborne Gauntlet. You get plus 40 ability power, plus 500 mana, plus 60 armor, and plus 15% cooldown reduction. The unique passive is after using an ability, your next basic attack will do a bonus physical damage equal up to 125% of your basic attack damage to surrounding enemies and creates a field for 3 seconds that slows enemies inside by 35%. Has a 2-second cooldown.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Is that a buff? Not an AOE on the ground which stays.
That's an AoE. Yeah.
So like a Nivea's ultimate, something like that.
Yeah, except you need. Yeah, practically, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a fist.
It is a fist. Yeah, it's like a fist with spiked knuckles. And it's blue. And that's 3,400 gold in total. I quite like that.
So they've
That's
added
really nice.
a couple of new like top items.
Yeah, that's like basically Tiamat,
Oh yeah.
but with a slow
Hmm.
and a sheen.
It's quite nice to see some new like end game items.
Yeah,
It's a bit boring seeing the old ones over and over again. Yeah.
it definitely varies things up.
Not Infinity Wound? Whatever, yeah.
Right, the next one is a magic resist kind of item, but it's got shit tons of damage because it's got BF in it. It's called, oh god, Mercurial Scimitar. You build it with a Quicksilver Sash and BF Sword. So that's really expensive, 3,810 gold.
Ooh.
Really expensive. Gives you plus 60 attack damage, plus 45 magic resist, and it has the Quicksilver active.
Alright.
I think that's alright.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Definitely nice for somebody like Master Yi.
Yes.
Definitely, I think. Okay, health regen. So now we'll look into the Spirit Stone thing that we mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
So, and we're back.
Yeah.
There was a crash on League of Legends, I think. I don't know what happened, I just got booted. Bit of a pain in the arse.
This thing happens. all the time.
It happens when doing this live.
Technical difficulties.
Difficult. Very terrible. Now, what was the item we were looking at? We were looking at Spirit Stone.
Thing.
Ding. Spirit Stone. Which I think is awesome by the looks of it. So it's basically a powered up version of Philosopher's Stone. But it's something that junglers could use. More based on what junglers can use.
Yeah. Mano.
Well, this is because of the passives. Unique passive Butcher. Damage to monsters increased by 20%.
Okay, yeah.
Unique passive Rend. Basic attacks to deal 10 bonus true damage to monsters.
So it's basically just a jungler's item now. It's nothing to do with
Any other lane, really. I mean, it gives a lot of regen, which may be a consideration to get it, but the fact that the passive are based around the jungle.
Why is there a polar bear humping Ian's head? Anyway, whatever.
Why not?
Guess.
Okay. Next, I just saw one that we haven't looked at. Spirit of the Lizard Elder,
Oh yeah.
which I'm assuming is going to be the opposite to the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. It's quite nice to have these kind of item buffs.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's been stealing your buff all day, you kind of might get depressed and buy it. So it gives plus 50 attack damage, whereas the Ancient Golem gives health and armor. So this gives you plus 50 attack damage, the health regen and mana regen, and the passive is plus damage dealt to monsters is increased by 25%. And unique passive Incinerate. Basic attacks and non-periodic spells spell damage burn the target for 15 to 66 based on level true damage over 3 seconds. So it's bit lizard buff passive.
So, do these buffs wear off?
No, these are items.
Oh,
These
okay.
are unique passives.
Oh, okay.
Though I think the Spirit of the Lizard Elder is much better than the Ancient Golem. So, because personally, I would expect from the Golem to get cooldown reduction or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But you don't, which is kind of sad. Another one is Zephyr. This is built out of. Oh, sorry, what was the Lizard Elder built out of? That was built out of Spirit Stone and Pickaxe.
Oh.
Zephyr is built from Stinger and Longsword, so it's reasonably cheap. I
Yeah.
say reasonably because overall it's 2,850, which is a lot more than the items combined.
Yeah.
But it gives plus 20 attack damage, plus 50% attack speed, plus 10% movement speed, and plus 10% cooldown reduction.
Okay.
So it's kind of all-round thing. Not sure many champs would actually benefit too much from having all these stats.
Nah.
Some would find a nice home for it.
Mind you, I mean, what do you call it? Infinity? No. Triforce. I mean, that gives everything, and everyone gets that, don't they? So.
Yeah, tons of damage.
Mm.
And the unique passive of Tenacity.
This may be a complete load of gas, but I think Athene's Unholy Grail has changed in some way.
I will have a look. It might be. Oh, it's got mana font. Increase your mana regen by 1% per 1% your mana you're missing, I think.
Oh, okay. It's just gained a slight effect. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so what else? There is an item called Ravenous Hydra for melee only.
Okay.
Only melee, you hear that? Only melee. Now, oh, Jesus. I didn't know that. Vampiric Scepter is now built by a longsword, so it's much more expensive.
Oh, okay.
From being Vampiric Scepter, I believe, was 450 gold. before,
Yes, yeah. For
Is now 800.
Oh, okay. So, is it not been changed at all?
It now gives plus 10 attack damage and 10% lifesteal.
I think it used to give 15% lifesteal. I'm not sure.
So that's quite a significant change there. Instead of like AD carries just picking it up in lane because it's cheap and some extra lifesteal.
Yeah.
That might cause some people to think twice. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Ravenous Hydra for melee units only builds from the Tiamat and the Vampiric Scepter.
Okay.
So this must have made like things like the Bloodthirster more expensive, yeah. Ouch.
Oh.
But okay, so from the Ravenous Hydra, it's 3,500 gold. You get plus 75 attack damage, plus 15 health regen per 5 seconds, and plus 10% lifesteal.
Hmm.
It's a lot of health regen.
Yeah.
A lot of damage. Now, passive. Damage dealt with this item works with lifesteal. Okay.
Okay.
Unique passive Cleave. Your attacks deal up to 60% of your attack damage to units around your target. Decaying to 20% near the edge. So that's just Tiamat.
Ah.
A new one. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
It sounds like a decent item for junglers and top laners, specifically.
It's a bit expensive for junglers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3,500?
Ah, yeah.
A little bit expensive. It
then-
can be done, because I usually get Triforce on, when I play jungle. For example, Skada.
Yeah.
But, I'm not sure about it. I guess some champions can work with it, for sure. It's worth a go. I know that Tiamat was like never bought,
No, I've never bought it. That.
but it might be seeing that it might have a use now. Unique active, Crescent deals up to 100% of your attack damage to units around you. Whew. Decaying to 60% near the edge. So if you had this on like Darius,
Oh, yeah.
pull everyone in, boom, active, 100% of your damage,
So you're just dealing
and then all you got to do is Q and then alternate, and the AD guy's dead.
I wonder if that would work with Warwick's ultimate. Mind you, it won't do much damage, but still.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think you can pop actives.
It's arena. Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's have a look, see if I can find anyone else. So, oh,
Ooh.
Hunter's Machete. This is the new jungle item, basically. It costs 300, so you can, let's actually, if I sell this. You can actually sell you sell the biscuit for 1 gold, by the way. So it's better to just keep it. You can buy the Hunter's Machete, and that's 300. I believe you have like 475. So that when you start off with money, I think so, and that lets you buy health potions too.
Okay. I take it the ward sells for 1 gold as well.
Something like that, yeah. Now the Hunter's Machete gives Butcher, but this one's a weaker version where it gives 10 bonus damage of 10% to monsters, and basic attacks deal 10 bonus true damage to monsters.
True.
Which is quite nice for AD jungles.
Yeah.
This is what they were trying to do, bring an AD jungle. And this is going to greatly increase clear speed. Early damage for the jungle allows you to clear out your route really cheap, really nice, I think. But jungle has been changed. I believe some of the changes is every creep now does more damage. You get less money for wraiths. Also, mid laners have to commit to wraiths as they don't have such a large pull range. Wolves now pay out more because of their chance to crit shit tons in the early game.
Okay.
So it's quite a nice change, I think. And this item was definitely going to help junglers like this, from my opinion. Okay, right. Here's a item for ranged only. Rasan's Hurricane. This one's cool. I like this one when I saw it. It is literally what's this called? Something dagger. Dagger. A recurve bow. 2 daggers and a recurve bow. 2,750 total. It's basically flat plus 70% attack speed.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be a lot of attack speed coming through.
Unique passive. Your attacks fire minor bolts at 2 nearby targets, dealing 10 plus 50% of your attack damage. These apply on hit effects. You have red buff. You apply with red buff to 3 targets at once.
Ooh.
Dealing a fair amount of damage. That's a lot. That's awesome. But who needs that much attack damage? That's the only thing. I mean, I can see quite a few. Like carries.
Yeah.
Building it.
You wouldn't see anywhere else, really, would you?
But is it worth committing that far into an attack speed item instead of getting that damage? I mean, it costs less than Phantom Dancer, but Phantom Dancer gives you that crit strike. So, I don't know.
Unless there's another item which gives you a lot of crit there, I wouldn't see.
No, I don't think there is. But, I don't know. That's a cool item, I like it. I'm just not sure how it's going to be used yet. And next one is Blade of the Ruined King. Builds from a Vile Water Cutlass, which obviously now costs more because of the changes to the Vampiric Scepter. Blade of the Ruined King costs 2,900 gold. Gives 40 attack damage plus 10% lifesteal. It has a unique passive. This is basically, if you didn't know, Madrid's Blood Razor has been removed.
Oh yeah.
This is the replacement. Unique passive, your attacks deal 4% of the target's current met health and physical damage and heal you for half the amount. 120 max versus minions. It's pretty cool. I like that. Obviously, it's not to maximum HP, but it's their current HP, so it's not completely useless against everyone. And it heals you, which is nice. Unique active drains the target champion, dealing 150 physical damage plus 50% of your attack damage and heals you by the same amount. Additionally, you steal 30% of their movement speed for 60 seconds.
Wow, okay, so could be used in a variety of different ways.
I quite like that. That's cool. It seemed a little bit OP to have all these effects on it, but it's cool. It's definitely cool. Okay, let's have a look around, see if there's anything else. I think we covered most of it. Oh, Shard of True Ice.
Okay.
Builds from Cage's Lucky Pick and Mana Manipulator.
So.
And we're back again. League of Legends quite like to kick me constantly from being AFK while looking in the store. Quite a pain in the ass. So, we were on Shard of True Ice. Mana Manipulator and Cage's Lucky Pick. That's what it's built out of. It gives 45 ability power for 1,700 gold.
Okay.
Unique passive. Gain an additional 4 gold every 10 seconds.
Okay.
So it's keeping the Cage's Lucky Pick.
Okay, that's quite good because not many items do that. But they keep them.
Yeah, true. That
Shillelagh's doesn't.
Oh, how is Shillelagh's being built now? Oh, Shillelagh's doesn't change. I thought half gold was involved there. Silly. Unique Aura, Mana Warp. Nearby ally champions gain 6 mana regen per 5 seconds. That's because of the Mana Manipulator. And Unique Active. Surrounds an ally with a blizzard for 4 seconds. Slows nearby enemy movement speed by 30%.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds schminteresting.
Oh, God. It's not Morello's Evil Tomb anymore. It's Morello Nomicon.
No, yeah.
Percent.
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds schminteresting.
Oh, God. It's not Morello's Evil Tomb anymore. It's Morello Nomicon.
No, yeah. Okay.
It's practically exactly the same, just with an awesomer name.
Okay.
Morello Icon.
Denomicon? No. Oh, yeah.
Okay. The new item is Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. Oh, I heard this, I think. Oh, it's different. Okay. Before, I think somebody told me it was going to summon wraiths. But
we've already seen an item which summons ghosts, haven't we?
Yeah. Can't remember for the life of me what it was called. God, I kind of want to find out. It was called something. We'll leave it. This one's built out of the Spirit Stone thing.
Yeah.
God, it's really awkward. Just let me click on it. Spirit Stone, Hextech Revolver, and it costs 2,400 for 40 plus ability power, plus 10 mana regen for 5 seconds. Gives unique passive of plus 20% spell vamp. It's nice. This is something, just thinking about it now, this is something that you could use potentially for a AP jungler. Simply because it has the passive butcher, damage dealt to monsters increased by 25%. It also has 10% cooldown reduction. I think this is more a jungle item. I'm not sure if you see it so much mid lane, but it's sort of suggesting, hey mid laners, you want a jungle? That's how it feels to me.
Well, I guess it would make last hitting slightly easier.
Too, yeah.
A bit more unpredictable, but go ahead.
Okay. It's magic. Movement. We've seen... Oh! Static Shiv. Built out of the Zeal and Avarice Blade.
Oh yeah. That's the newish sword, isn't it?
Avarice Blade has been changed. It's got another unique passive, Greed, getting additional 2 gold every kill.
Oh wow, okay.
Not sure if that includes creeps or not.
Has the price increased? It used to be 750, I believe.
Yeah, it's now 800.
Okay. That's interesting.
Right, Static Shiv. 40% attack speed, 20% quick chance, and 6% movement speed. This is a cool bit. It's not changed from what I read on the webpage. Unique passive. Moving and attacking builds static charges. At 100 charges, your next attack expends the charges to deal 100 magic damage up to 4 targets. This damage can critically strike.
That sounds nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
AD cannon. Zoom.
More lightning, that's just what we needed.
I think that's awesome, personally.
Could you one-shot a level 1 Sona with it?
Probably. So she's only got so much HP, that bloody mana creep. Elisa's miracle has been changed. I just need to make sure I'm not going to get booted for AFK. Move some stuff. Fly that. There we go. Elisa's miracle. It still has a health mana regen, but it has a passive. Your summoner heal, revive, clairvoyance cooldowns are reduced by 20%. Never did that before, and that's pretty cool. If you have that with the one in the mastery page, which is another 20%, that's 40% cooldown. 40% cooldown.
That's quite a lot.
Exactly, that's awesome, I think, if you put those two together. It builds on a Philosopher's Stone, though, and you don't keep the gold per 5.
I mean, that might even be decent for some top laners, you know, like some that don't use mana, like Riven or...
It has the nasty mana regen, though. 15 mana regen per 5 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
But it builds on Philosopher's Stone, so you could potentially build this instead of Shillelagh's.
Mm.
And I think it might even be worth it.
Okay.
You know, it's that with that kind of passive. Another passive is if you gain 3 levels with this item, all effects of this item are permanent. Of this item are permanently, and this item is consumed. Oh, so if you gain 3 levels with it, you gain all effects of these, all of those passives.
Yes.
Permanently.
Oh, and then the item...
And the item is consumed. It's destroyed.
That's quite...
I think that includes health regen and mana regen. Everything.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, can you buy those indefinitely?
I don't know. I think it's...
Because essentially you could just fill...
No, it's a unique passive.
Oh, okay. But once it breaks, can you get another one? I'm just interested.
You can get another one, but it won't do the same thing.
Oh, I was thinking, because that would be quite cool. You could just keep making your characters even powerful and powerful and powerful.
But I quite like that. That's awesome.
It's interesting. We might see a couple of more items.
It's definitely a new concept.
Yep.
Okay, Nash's tooth's been changed, I believe.
Yeah?
It now gives plus 50 attack speed, plus 65 ability power, and plus 10 magic regen per 5 seconds. Unique passive, plus 20% cooldown reduction, 2,500 gold.
I take it you would take that as a AP jungler.
Potentially. I don't know. I don't know where you'd put use that. Yeah, I don't particularly like it.
Warwick, maybe? No.
I don't know. I don't like that too much.
You don't like it?
No. No.
No.
No. Let's have a look, see if there's anything else. It's kind of like me randomly clicking on some items to see if they've changed a little bit.
Ooh.
I think Black Cleaver has changed. It now grants 250 health.
Yeah.
Deathfire's Grasp has changed.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
You now need Needlessly Large Rod to buy it. And Amplifying Tome instead of Cage's Lucky Pick. It gives you plus 100 ability power, plus 15% cooldown reduction, and deals 15% of the maximum champion's maximum HP in magic damage, then amplifies all damage they take by 20% for 4 seconds.
I believe Trinity Force has changed.
I will have a look. Don't think so.
No?
Unique passive, I see your basics. Oh no. Have a 25% chance to slow your target's movement speed by 30% for 2 seconds, which is the same as before. After using ability, your next basic attack deals physical damage equal to 150% of your attack damage. I don't think it's changed. If it has, it might be the passives that are different. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much the same.
Alright.
I believe Leviathan's also been removed. If anyone didn't know about that.
Oh, Trinity Force's cost has been reduced by 50 or something.
Oh right, yeah, it's 4,200 now.
Yeah. 4,200?
Yeah.
Okay, it's increased since they last decided to change that. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I think that's all the items. I just need to move again. Ah, don't you dare! Just caught it.
Did it go
It
there?
almost did it. But that's pretty. Oh, Vangelin's has been changed.
Ooh.
Warden's mail no longer gives health regen, just 50 armor. Has a unique passive called Cold Steel. If you are hit by a basic attack, you slow the attacker's attack speed by 20% for 2 seconds. That's pretty cool.
For running.
It's you use Giant Spelt to build into it instead of the Heart of Gold, simply because that's no longer there.
Yeah.
Unique passive, you keep the Cold Steel from the Warden's Mail, but also you get movement speed slow for 10% onto the attacker that hits you.
Lord Van Dam. Oh, look at the locket of the Iron Solari.
Okay.
Because these are some of the items that used to use Heart of Gold in them.
Okay, I'll have a look at that after this one. Unique active of Vangelin's Omen slows the movement speed of nearby enemy units by 35% for 2 seconds, plus every second for every 100 in armor magic resist you have. So that's just exactly the same. I think it did attack speed as well, though, on the active.
Oh,
Which is a
yeah,
change.
it used to. Yeah, it used to do attack speed, definitely.
Which is not very nice. But it did used to be quite OP if you could land it on all of them.
Yeah.
To be fair. Oh god, Severe's finally taken down bot tower. She's gone slower than Soraka.
Severe? What the fuck?
Right. Locket of the Iron Solari. Ah yeah. Plus 425 health. Plus 35 armor. Plus 10% cooldown reduction. And plus 10 health regen per 5 seconds.
It's more health than it used to have.
And it costs 2,000 gold.
Okay. Used to cost more.
Well, I think with the Heart of Gold being removed, it reduced the price.
Okay.
Since Heart of Gold used to be like 875 or something like that.
And Lord Van Dam's Pillager, which I've never seen before.
Oh god. Lord?
It's
It's not in here.
It's a legendary item. What does that mean?
Don't know. It's not in here though.
Okay. Oh, it's only on Twisted Tree Line. My bad.
Ah, that's why. Oh, this is cool as well. If you go into like the separate tabs like defense, you can get these little really small subcategories. Which give you, for example, increases maximum HP, reduces incoming physical damage, reduces incoming magic damage, increases how fast health is recovered, and reduces stuns, slows, taunts, fears, silences, blinds, and mobilizations.
Very smexy indeed.
So it's just a way to simplify the store a little bit with the changes, which are nice.
Yeah.
A Spirit Visage. Don't believe it used to be like this. Don't believe it had plus 50 magic resist. So instead of having the null cloak, it's now got the Negatron. Oh, null mantle. It's now got Negatron cloak.
Okay.
So that's changed. But apart from that, I think we've covered if not everything, the majority for sure.
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's been a very small insight on Nami. which is I'm just throwing water balls out everywhere. Do a bit of flash and heal. I don't know. Eat a biscuit. Place down the ward. So that's been a small insight into that Pacific champion. We've done a specific champion. We've gone over the store, the UI, and the new mastery changes. So this has been Insane Sean's insight into the Season 3 changes, along with our lovely Mustagil over there.
Yay!
Who has been more than useful during this little talk. My throat is now gone hoarse. I feel like it's bleeding. This is Insane Sean signing out. Stay insane, people.
Bye.
Please like, subscribe to the channel. This will be up on the LOL Play of the Day. Love you all.
Like for biscuits.
Like for biscuits. Remember, biscuits.
Biscuits.
Fucking biscuits.
Biscuits.
Goodbye.